is to have some sort of camaraderie and unity. When the veteran goes to service and comes back, a lot of times the families, they kind of take a beating as well, and this is a way for us to be able to have that camaraderie and friendship and fellowship once again that we once used to have in the military. So we're having fun activities in the Huntley Park, June 25th from noon to 5. I've got a couple of live bands coming in. Heather Lingle Band is coming in. The Jared Stewart Band is going to be here. We've got some food vendors, and we've got a 20-piece car show coming. We've got some Montana people that are coming in to sell their wares. So everything is from Montana-based. And basically what we're doing is we're taking care of Montana veterans and families.
And you mentioned Heather Lingle and Jared Stewart's, and looking forward to Heather Lingle. But when you mentioned Jared Stewart's name, he is one of the most sought-after musicians in his band in eastern Montana and northern Wyoming, so I'm glad you booked Jared. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're very fortunate. And actually to have them, at least at one point or another, speaking about Jared, he's heard of our organization, and he was more than happy to give us his time and efforts, because he definitely believes in the veterans. There's a lot of Indian veterans that we have on the reservations as well, so we're trying to reach out to them too, and that gives us the ability to work together, and through that we'll make that communication and connection. So very awesome gentleman. I've known him for a little bit, and he's more than happy to come and help us.
So just going over the short bullet points, the first Vets in the Park event in Huntley is coming Saturday the 25th from noon to 5 out at Barkmeyer Park in Huntley, Montana, noon to 5. Is there a cost to get in, or are you looking for donations to help out Warrior Wishes Montana?
There is no cost to ever get into any of the events. This year, since we're so new at this, none of the vendors have even been charged a fee. This is all free. We are taking and accepting donations. We are 501c3 friendly, so we can take donations and give tax breaks on those donations if they're large enough and we require it. Other than that, all of the events that we put on are going to be free, and they're alcohol-free, too, because we want to incorporate family values.
And contact details, I know you're on many social media sites, Facebook, Twitter. Give us those addresses if you could. There we go.
You bet. Not only are we at warriorwishesmontana.com, we're also on Facebook, Warrior Wishes Montana, and we also have a Gmail account, warriorwishesmontana.gmail.com.
And Twitter at Warrior Wishes MT as well.
Correct. So there's many sources and many ways to get a hold of us, and if they do that, we'll do the best that we can to answer any questions. We also have a calendar on there that is constantly updated, and any of the events that we're going to do, we constantly put those on the Facebook page as well.
All right, since we're doing radio, I'm going to go throw a phone number out there for Warrior Wishes Montana, 406-694-5326, and Miguel Gonzalez, President and Founder of Warrior Wishes Montana, Inc. Any final comments from you, sir?
No, Larry, thank you again for the opportunity to be able to come onto your show and pass the word out there. We definitely want to make sure that Montanans and all of the veterans in this state know that there's people out there that do care about them, and we're going to grow. It's only going to go up, and from there, this is a great stepping stone for us to be able to do that. So I appreciate all the effort that you guys are putting into letting people know that we are here.
All right, Miguel Gonzalez, we are glad to help you out. Warrior Wishes Montana, Inc. out at Huntley, coming up Saturday, the 25th of June at Barkmeyer Park, and thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you, sir. You have a great day.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
White House report says
Billings area forecast from Livin Large Larry live at livinlargelarry.com is brought to you by Tops Sandwich Company. Try them for the weekend. Having catering events for the weekend. Delivery of one sandwich for the weekend. Top Sandwich Company across from Shopco in Billings, off of King Avenue West there. Top Sandwich Company. Warm days continue consistently through the next 7 to 10 days in and around Billings. I'm talking like 83 to 93 through even next Tuesday. Of course, that could all change in Montana. And a chance for late afternoon, evening thunderstorms each day in our area. Top Sandwich Company across from Shopco in Billings, sponsor of our weather forecast at livinlargelarry.com. Click on the weather tab.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
Time of year again for the annual Montana Barbecue Cook-Off, and we'll just say, hey, Barbecue Nick. We know you have a last name, Nick Morrison, but I bet most people Nick know you as Barbecue Nick.
Well, actually, it's just the barbecue guy is what I usually
Barbecue guy. Well, I'll be respectful and call you by your first name, Barbecue Nick. So,
thank you, sir.
But I was going back in time. I've attended several of your Montana Barbecue Cook-Offs in Absaroka, and I'm thinking, how many years now for this event, Nick?
This is going to be our 14th year, so bigger and better. We're trying to new, fresh approach on a lot of different things, so we're trying to keep it exciting so it isn't the same old thing for 14 years in a row, so it's going to be a lot of the same good things, but a lot of good new things.
So way back on year number 1 to this being the 14th, just generally, how has the Montana Barbecue Cook-Off changed over the years?
Well, it started out as a bunch of local folks dragging their grills or hauling their little Webers downtown Main Street to being one of the premier professional barbecue events in the nation. So we've got people coming from all around the country. It's an international event. We have people coming from Canada. We've got probably went from $200 or $300 in prize money to probably get close to about $14,000, $15,000 in prize money this year.
Yeah, that's attractive, and also, I mean, this is big time. This is a big time cook-off. It's officially sanctioned by the Kansas City Barbecue Society. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, it's a professional sanctioning body. It's the PVR or the NASCAR of the competition food world. So there are not a lot of different ways to have judges compete. I mean, to check you out. Mm-hmm. This is one that's run by a sanctioning body, and so guys can compete under a fair and balanced scoring system. So it's a pretty big deal. KCBS is actually a pretty big deal. They run a lot of big events with their sanctioning body.
So are you cooking this year, or are you done with the cooking? You just kind of organize things?
No, I'm just an organizer. I'm running around like crazy. I competed last week in Miles City. I do compete when I'm not organizing an event. It would be a little conflict of interest to be organizing and competing.
Well, how was your Miles City experience? You mentioned that.
Did pretty good. It was one of my better cooks. I got a 9th overall. And anytime you get a top 10 with the caliber of competition that travels around the country and these types of events, I was pretty happy.
So talk about the event coming up on, we're talking June 26th in Absaroka, the Montana Barbecue Cook-Off, as regards to the judging, and kind of line that up, and how has the judging changed from year to year? Because I used to be a judge for you for a couple of years, but things have changed to the better, probably.
Well, because you now have to be a certified barbecue judge. That means you have to go to the CBJ school from the Kansas City Barbecue Society, and so again, going back to that way, everybody's on a level playing field, but there's supposed to be a curriculum and a way you're supposed to score, and that's why we got to use CBJs, Certified Barbecue Judges. So we'll have like 35 judges this year coming around. They're from all around the nation, too. They come, used to be at the Bar on Steel to get judges, and now usually by February we're sold out of judges spots. So teams come in on Friday or Saturday. They get their meat inspected on Saturday, and then they're free to do whatever they want to do with it and smoke it all night long. And then starting 10 a.m., they turn that stuff into the judges. They got the 4 competition meats. You've got chicken, pork, ribs, and brisket. And then after that, it's a free-for-all kind of food orgy here in Absaroka with 4 bands, 18 different kinds of micro-brews, and this new thing for this year is it's not just the Montana Barbecue Cook-Off anymore. It's the Montana Barbecue Cook-Off and food truck roundup. So
perfect.
We've got all kinds of different food. It used to be just barbecue. Now it's just barbecue, and almost anything else you can think of. So we've got it all.
Yeah, and there's people that go to Absaroka for this event every year, and they make plans each year to go to the Montana Barbecue Cook-Off. And like Tommy and Bell, for instance, they're there every single year, it seems like.
They've been pretty close to the beginning. They've been involved. They've been a great help. Like yourself, you've helped out. We've gotten a lot of friendly help over the years, and it's only due to all the volunteers and all the sponsors and all the people that come together and doing a good thing for the community. We're a nonprofit, and we help support a lot of other nonprofit agencies. They have their probably only way to raise funds here in our community, and it's a good, makes everybody feel good, but it's only due to all the support we get from folks like you and the community.
Well, thank you. Nick Morrison with the Montana Barbecue Cook-Off. And talk about some of your sponsors. You got, Briggs Distributing's been with you guys for several years as well, and many more.
Briggs has really stepped up this year. I mean, if you've been driving around Billings or anywhere in the Briggs Distributing area, they've actually reskinned their delivery truck. So we've got our Montana Barbecue Cook-Off's logo been floating around for a few weeks, and if you get stuck behind traffic, we got free advertising on the back of those trucks. Stillwater Mine, First Interstate Bank, the Montana Beef Council has been awesome, and then we also got a grant from the Yellowstone Country marketing people, so we're doing pretty good. That it seems like a lot of people are tying onto our bandwagon, and we're happy for the support.
Cisco and also Cabela's, Northwestern Energy, SBAR-S, you might have mentioned them. Also, you mentioned First Interstate Bank and Bear Mountain. But I can smell the smells already, Nick.
To me, the best part of the event is the Saturday night before the people start arriving, when there's 30 or 40 different smokers all set up on Main Street the night before they turn in their meat, and everybody's cooking away. It is just, it's heaven for me, man. Smelling all that smoke, it's just great stuff.
What a great family event, too, the Montana Barbecue Cook-Off coming up on June 26th. And lead us to your websites and also your Facebook page, if you could.
Well, Barbecue Fun, Montana Barbecue Fun, will help you find it on Facebook. It's Montana BBQ Cook-Off on the webpage.com. And you can always call me, 690-3030, if you need information. And I want to reiterate what you just said about the Family Fun event. We've even expanded on that. We've got a big kid zone, so it's a good mix. Now we got a good mix of food. We got a good mix. It's not just a certain set. And then the entertainment we have this year is a wide genre, so we've got almost everything for everybody this year. We're trying to do it all.
So on Sunday, the 26th of June, for the Montana Barbecue Cook-Off, regards to the people that attend the event, what's a good time to show up on Sunday if you don't show up on Saturday?
Well, there's no real reason for public to, other than if they wanted to drive through and get really hungry by smelling everything to come by on Saturday. The public event is, we say it's from noon to 6.
Okay.
But actually we do start serving refreshments, and the music starts at 11, and it'll go a little bit later. But probably the earlier you come, you have the better selection. We try to keep upping the amount of food, but if it's at the tail end of the event, it's sometimes more difficult to get any kind of wide variety of food. But we bring in more food, but then a lot more people come, and so it's always hard to catch up. And to be honest with you, there's people rolling in here at 8:30 in the morning with their, lawn chairs. So I would be here as close to noon as possible if I was coming down.
Did you guys get a letter from Montana Governor Steve Bullock? You don't have to read the entire letter, but what was a few of the points in the letter from Governor Bullock?
Well, just thanking us for having this kind of event to help support the community, and it also gives us a status of being a state championship, which makes our event a qualifier for the 3 most important barbecue events. So we're not only an important event by ourselves, but that's what attracts a lot of other people to come and compete, because you can now move on to the World Food Championship, which is a $300,000 purse, or you can go to the Jack Daniels, which is the World Series and Masters, all tied into one regarding food, and that's back in Tennessee. And then the Kansas City Royal is the largest barbecue event in the world. If you win our event, you qualify for all 3 of those. So the governor saying that we're a state championship, that helps us be a little more prestigious. But basically thanking all the sponsors and thanking the community for all the work they put much.
That's pretty cool. Barbecue Nick Morrison, always a pleasure talking to you, and you're very well informed. You've informed us. Looking forward to the Montana Barbecue Cook-Off, June 26th in Absaroka, sir.
Yes, sir. We'll be waiting for you. It looks like we're going to have excellent weather, and come on down, have some fun. You shouldn't be able to go home hungry or thirsty. We'll take care of you.
Great. Thanks for the words. Appreciate it, Nick.
Thank you, sir.
A replay of segments on livinlargelarry.com on the show from Keystone Mortgage Company here in Billings to purchase, refinance, investment properties, and a brand new place to call home for work. Keystone Mortgage downtown now across from the pub station, 2442 First Avenue North. You can find them on Facebook. Type in the keyword Keystone Mortgage Company. You aren't just a number, you're our number one priority. I think you'll love the changes at Keystone Mortgage. Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
And Shorty Martime with us, president of the Hardin Chamber of Commerce. And hello, Shorty, how are you?
I'm good.
I got another one of your big annual events coming up, Little Bighorn Days, the 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th in Hardin, and it's like non-stop pages of stuff to do. But if you can just highlight a few of the big things. I know the Custer's Last Run is coming up on Thursday morning. Can people still sign up for that at the Hardin Depot?
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's on Thursday at 8 o'clock. They can start.
Chamber of Commerce Garage and Bake Sale. Is that something that's been around for several years?
No, that's something new this year. We had put in a new furnace and air conditioner in the chamber meeting room, and we just were earning some funds to, help along with the finances on it.
You're talking about the new things for the Little Bighorn Days. I see the first annual art walk as well.
Yes, that is new. And that will be on Thursday from 4 to 7. And it will be like a stroll, downtown with the artists and the galleries that we have downtown. And then at 7 o'clock we have a really, really great Western variety talent show. And that will be fun for everybody to go to. And we hope we have a good crowd.
We should mention the fact that Shirley's not the only one that puts all these events on. You have quite a team working with you there for Little Bighorn Days, the Hardin Chamber, don't you?
Oh, yes. We have two volunteer secretaries, and we have chair people, and if everything goes well and everybody does their job, we'll be running it off just as usual.
Are you still working at the Little Horn State Bank?
I am part-time now.
Custer's Last Stand, a big draw for Little Bighorn Days. When is the Custer reenactment?
They're at 2 o'clock Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And always a big draw. I know it's a family event for the rodeo activities, too. Is there more than one of those shows?
The rodeo, yeah. The rodeo is on Friday night and Saturday night.
Is it the Indian rodeo?
Well, it's
Indian relay?
PRCA rodeo, and they have Indian relay races with.
And if you've never seen the Indian relay races, then you're in for a treat. That is,
oh boy,
that's a lot of fun to watch.
Very exciting.
What else should we know about Little Bighorn Days coming up this weekend in Hardin?
Well, let's see. We have a lot of food vendors downtown, and the parade will be going through Center Street, and we're hoping that a lot of people will come downtown and visit with each other and have a good time. Go so fast sometimes after you get all this planning done for months,
So for the parade, when's a good time to line up for the parade to get a good view, and what day is the parade this year?
Well, the kids parade is on Friday at 11 downtown, and the other parade that we have on Saturday is for anyone, of course, and so we have quite a few entries coming in for that, and that will be at 11 also. And I imagine you would probably want to come at least 15, 20 minutes or so before you can find the parking place, and get it down Center Street.
Every single day of Little Bighorn Days, there's something to do. The Old West Youth Parade we just talked about, the petting zoo, there's an arts and crafts fair, the Chamber of Commerce Garage and Bake Sale, and there's even a quilt show at Little Bighorn Days, too.
Yes, that's an annual event, too. That's held at the Bighorn County Library, and they hang the quilts up in the different rooms and display the workmanship of the beautiful quilt.
All right, Shirley Martime, president of the Hardin Chamber of Commerce, talking about Little Bighorn Days, and it should be, just so you know, weather-wise, it should be just perfect for Little Bighorn Days going on through the 26th. Thanks for your time, Shirley. Appreciate it.
Yes, one thing I forgot to mention is we have a 16-foot canvas teepee and poles that we're selling tickets on for $10 a piece. So anybody who's interested in winning a teepee, we have tickets from at different places downtown at the chamber office.
Are those tickets for sale right now or just during Little Bighorn Days?
No, they've been for sale for several weeks now.
Oh, very good. Thanks for the reminder. Appreciate it. Okay, Shirley, have a great day.
Thank you.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
Redline Computer Studios, West Billings, across from Goodwill. LivinLaunchLarry.com on TuneIn. YouTube's back up again. That'll become a podcast. We have a weekend gigantic podcast coming up shortly here. Coming up, the Billings Morning News, and it is also streamed and aired on KGHL Radio. For you, something from the time of the morning show, KGHL, AM 790 and 94.7 FM. All kinds of blinds and billings, all kinds of blinds, MT.com, 65 now. And about 92.3 Billings for a high this afternoon. Montana overcrowded jails and prisons back in the news. KGHL News, I'm Livin Large Larry. Montana's overcrowded jails and prisons are prompting state officials to take a serious look at the complex issues behind the rising number of arrests and policies may be responsible for a surge in incarcerations. Thursday, the state's Commission on Sentencing began considering more than 24 policy options offered by the Council of State Governments, a national nonprofit that advises local government on public policy, but the Commission is far from making any recommendations. More land around the Bitter Creek Wilderness Study area has been protected from developments. Sterling Carroll has inked a deal with the Nature Conservancy for a conservation easement on about 16,000 acres of his ranch land north of Glasgow. Kelly O'Connell is facing 2 counts of felony burglary. The 30-year-old woman Thursday denied breaking into her parents' home in 2 separate incidents last month. In an affidavit filed May 4th, O'Connell's parents stated their daughter admitted taking checks and forging them to, quote, hurt her parents, end quote. U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs officials have named an interim director for the VA Montana healthcare system. Kathy Berger began a 120-day assignment on Thursday, replacing John Ginnity. Ginnity announced his resignation earlier in the month. A White House report says a sharp hike in royalty rates for companies that mine coal from federal lands across the West would trigger only modest reductions in U.S. coal production. The report comes after the Obama administration imposed a moratorium on new sales of federal coal leases, while officials determine if long-standing royalty rates shortchange taxpayers. And in sports note, the U.S. Olympics men's basketball team will not include LeBron James, whose agent has announced that the Cleveland Cavaliers forward has elected not to go to Rio this summer. The 14 NBA most valuable player is the latest big name to withdraw from the American team, joining Stephen Curry, Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul, James Harden, and Kawhi Leonard. And that's a look at news and sports. The mighty 790 AM and 94.7 FM, KGHL. I'm Livin Large Larry. Billings Morning News from the Billings Extreme, BillingsExtreme.com, XTREME, semi-pro outdoor football this summer in Billings. BillingsExtreme.com on Facebook as well.